So, you want to draw 3D shapes. Well, if you can draw this, you can draw this. And if you can draw this, you can draw this. And I'm going to show you how. Now, the first step is to draw a simple circle. And as you can probably tell, I can't draw. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be good. You can erase things, correct things. It'll work out. Don't worry. Anyone can draw this. Even the final product is not going to be very good, but it's still quite fun and quite a simple thing to learn, so I hope that you can follow me through this. Now that we have a basic circle, which is alright, I guess, now we need to add the point of which the light starts to turn to shadow. And as I've learned lately, that point is a lot further down than you'd originally think. But now we have to draw the shadow, which should be in the right kind of direction of where the light is coming from. Again, this probably isn't correct, but it's the way I've been learning by myself so far. And now I'm just going to put a bit of depth into the shadow and also the very edge of the sphere where the shadows began. And that's going to be the darkest point of the sphere. And when it's on this edge, closest to where the shadow is, it will be almost entirely black. It's going to be the darkest it can be. And the rate that it actually turns to the brightest point is actually very dramatic. It will change very quickly. Beforehand, I used to do this quite a lot, where it was dark all the way up until the lightest point. It turns out it's the opposite. So really add some depth into the corner and yeah, layer it up, cross hatch it, shade however you feel is most comfortable for you. There is no wrong answer, just enjoy yourself. Now I'm probably butchering this, but at some point I'm just going to get my thumb and just kind of go to town on the entire thing. It's going to look messy, but hopefully it's going to get the effect that I want it to. Now I'm using a mechanical pencil for this all the way through. It's probably not the right tool for the job, but I've really been enjoying using this at the moment. And yeah, if you've got it, use whatever you're comfortable with, or even do it digitally. Probably be easier, but this is for pencil specifically, and it's what I'm most used to, so yeah, I'll stick with this. Now I'm going to be adding some very light background just to give a bit of contrast and a bit more depth, so it's not just a sphere in the ether, there's actually a background, and hopefully it will look like the sphere is in front of that. And yeah, very loose sketch. And I'm just making the edges a bit darker. Again, plenty of mistakes, but that doesn't really particularly bother me. And I'm just going to layer it with a bit more shadow and then blend that in. Now that I've got the rough shape, it looks alright, I'm just going to use the tip of my thumb and blend the lightly drawn lines into this smooth very light grey, so things don't seem as harsh or sketched. And like I said, I'm just going to go to town with it and aim for this area here to be the lightest point. I'm just going to smooth that grey around it and add a bit more charcoal to it so I can make things a bit darker where that edge of the shadow is, right here. And as I realise it now, the sun is quite bright and is making everything seem like it's got a whole lot of its own shadow. But now I'm going to use an eraser just to make that white bit even whiter and show that it's going to be the lightest part. Now I'm going to do this slight bit down here just to show that there's a bit of light reflecting from the ground up into the bottom of the sphere, which is what you sometimes see. I don't know if I can actually pull off this effect, but in theory, I think that's what you should be doing. So hopefully I'm doing the right thing. If not, I'm sure I'll learn at some point. Now that it's coming to the end of my drawing, I'm just going to make the darks a bit darker so that the lights seem even lighter. So this is super rough and I should probably be using a darker pencil, but this will do for me. I'm thinking next time maybe I'll try and draw something a bit more complex, like a pear or an egg or some kind of cooking pot. But this is super basics, as you can clearly tell. It's not very good, but it's a fun exercise which will help you get better. So let me know what you thought, and please offer any advice that you can give, because I'm learning as much as anyone else is, and the more I get better, the more I can help my viewers. So thank you for watching, and hope that you learned something. I certainly did. And if you want to watch me draw Pokemon, view my shorts. I draw them every couple of days, and that's how I am improving my digital art. Okay, bye.